don't know what's good for you. And that's a part of the reason why it's important we surrender. Because he calls us sheep all the time. We're like sheep, right? And God is a good shepherd. He's leading us to water all the time. But one, he can't make us drink. And two, we never know what's good water, right? A sheep will see two puddles of water. And this is what somebody told me before. A sheep sees two puddles of water. One is dirty with mud in it and bugs and it's nasty and people like to dip their toes in it. And the other is clean. It's the best water you've ever seen. No one's ever drunken from it. It's the greatest water ever. And the sheep will go drink the dirty water time after time again, even though the shepherd tries to lead them to the clean water. And God is the shepherd and we're the sheep. We don't know what's good for us. That's why we have to stop trying to pick things for ourselves and let God pick for us. Stop trying to pick relationships for yourselves that you know won't work out, and instead let God pick it for you. Stop trying to say, this is what I want to do with my life. I want to have this selfish career, climb the imaginary corporate ladder, become rich and famous, and that's going to give me a good life, and it won't. It's not for you. It might be for your friend, but it's not for you. But yo, Matthew 19:20 with that man, Jesus was telling to surrender, telling him to sell all his stuff and then come follow him. It's also telling us something about who God is, right? God is a useful God. He's never wasteful. You can't always see how he uses something, but he uses it. Those poor people could have used the money that man had. The same way any person could use the talents you have. They can use the resources you have. That's why you give. That's why you serve. Because it benefits the greater good. It benefits society. It benefits the world. And it all fits into God's perfect plan. See, it's hard to surrender though, and I'm going to tell y'all why. I feel like we all have a unique desire to want to be in control all the time. We want to be the gods of our lives and let God be the, God of whatever he has going on, but not my life, right? But he tells us to be the light of the world. He tells us to be different. Selling all your stuff and giving the money away to people, that's different. People don't do that. He said, and I know I'm going to butcher this. He said, you're the light of the world. A lamp isn't hidden or something. It lets its light shine to the whole room. Something like that, something along those lines. But the purpose is, you can't just keep God to yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Whether that's sharing God with others, whether that's sharing the money God has given you with others, you can't keep it to yourself. You have to stop being selfish. I think a lot of Christians, this is me included, a lot of the times, a lot of Christians are selfish. You're selfish, very selfish people. Stop being selfish. If I have a cake and it's an infinite cake, you can take a slice out, that slice is going to come back, so you can eat out of it forever. And I just choose to keep it to myself. I'm selfish. And I don't care about anyone else. I don't love anyone else because that's what my actions say. God is like that cake, right? There's never going to be a moment where you say there's not enough God to go around, right? Like he ran out of blessings. He ran out of love to give. God never runs out. He's forever. He's infinite. So we have to stop being selfish and actually share God with people. Go out of your comfort zone and preach if you have a way with words. Serve if you have a way with touching people. Whatever it is, give if you have financial blessings. But stop being selfish, right? And a problem with this is, I'm going to speak about myself. I like to be liked. It feels very good. It feels nice. Victor, do you like to be liked?
I like, bro.
It feels nice. I don't like not to be liked. I don't like it. When people don't like me, I think there's something wrong. Either there's something wrong with them,
Yeah.
there's something wrong with me, or there's something wrong with both of us. Because they should like me, right? That's not how the world actually is.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And I've even gone out of my way sometimes to do some crazy things for people to try and make them like me, right? Maybe if I help them 100 times, they're going to like me. Maybe if I try and give my case to them, they're going to like me. It doesn't work. It never works. And that mindset is very unbiblical.
Yep.
It is not biblical. Romans 12:2, it says, don't be conformed by the ways of this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. You can't live like other people and be following God. It doesn't work that way because other people aren't following God. I think about that. How can you try and live for other people, make them like you, live like other people, and those people don't live like God? It makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense. You can't be deceived. We ought to be different. People should be able to look at a Christian and just know they're a Christian without you ever saying anything. Some people have to go around, hey, I'm a Christian. You? Really? It shouldn't be like that, right? You shouldn't even have to say it, man. Are you one of those good Christians? Because I see the way you living, and my goodness, you help so many people. That's how it should be. Some examples is somebody's talking to their friend. They should be able to say, I've heard everyone gossip. People love to talk about others nowadays, but that person over there never says anything bad about anyone. They should say things like, I see people dressing immodestly nowadays. You know, some women have their titties and butt cheeks hanging out. Some men have their pants sagging below their butts, right? That's not how it's supposed to be. But that person, they always dress classy. They always dress with elegance, right? Some people might say, I hear people cursing all the time and spouting out hate, but that person only shares love, right? You never hear anything bad come out their mouth. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. Even on the extreme side, I saw some people fighting, and there was a guy walking past, and he got punched in the face. Right here. Punched right here. And he looked at them and turned his other cheek and said, punch me one more time. That's crazy. That's how people ought to look at us Christians, man. That's how people should look at us Christians.
Yep.
Where you don't got to say anything, but the way you live, people call you crazy. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know why they're so happy. I don't know why they got so much love to give. It's because they're a Christian. People should just know it, man. They should just know it. And that's really how Jesus lived. Jesus lived because he was God. He represented God in everything he did and everywhere he went. When he saw people hungry, he fed them. He barely had food. What, 5 loaves and 2 fish? Yeah, 5 loaves and 2 fish. Threw it in the basket.
1,000.
Blessed it and fed thousands.
Thousands.
And that's just the men we know about. There were probably women and children with them too. That's how he cared about people. That's how Jesus lived. He saw people sick and he took care of them. He saw people sick and he healed them. He saw people blind and showed them the light. Come on now. Come on now.
Amen.
Preach.
Preach.
Well, I know I can't heal people like that. My faith isn't strong enough. I'll admit it. I can't heal people like that.
No, it's possible.
But metaphorically,
It is possible.
Metaphorically, we can show people the light. If people are blind and they don't know the light of life, which is Jesus, we can show it to them. Got to stop being selfish.
That's right.
Now, one thing we got to understand, though, is we are Christians. We're called to live like Christ, pursue Christ. But Christ was he lived as a perfect man. God came to earth in the flesh. He was perfect, and the world killed him. You got to think about that. If the world saw a man who only loved others and lived a perfect life, and they wanted to kill him, one, we're trying to live like him. We can't be perfect. But 2, what will the world do to us? If we try and spread truth like Jesus spreads truth, what will the world do to us? Because Jesus never told a lie. But the world is full of liars, and liars hate the truth.
Persecute us.
The darkness hates the light because it exposes it. You got to think about these things, man.
Wow. Step.
The Bible, it says many different places we're going to be persecuted. It is no secret. It's actually a promise. Jesus told us